Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone, we're trying something new today. We're not going to give you our big intro. We're just going to go right into it, and we have lots of great stuff to do. I'm Ann Rossley with my dear friend and colleague, Kyle Harvey. We sell real estate in downtown Chicago. We're with the Baird & Moore office in the Gold Coast on Michigan Avenue, and we love to dish on real estate every week. So today we are responding to viewer request. First, we're going to do statistics like we always do, but it'll be a shortened version because we're middle of the month. Next, we're going to go into Pilsen because one of our viewers asked us to do a deep dive into Pilsen. We don't do a lot there, so it was kind of fun to do this, right? I mean,
yes, I learned a lot.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
Yeah. So, and then whatever comes up, I've got a property to show if we have time, and we'll just take it from there. So, should we do it?
Yep, let's get going.
Anything you want to say before we start? I love your sweater, by the way.
What about those storms last week?
Oh my gosh, right?
I feel really bad for people who had trees come down. Good Lord. Especially people selling property who had trees come down. Yeah.
I was at 2440 Lakeview in an inspection when the first day's storms hit, and it was really cool looking. But then when I left and drove and there were trees down, like Webster Avenue, you couldn't get through because there was a tree right across it. And then when I talked to my friends on the south side, shout out to my friend Steve Jasinski with Baird & Warner in LaGrange. He said it was nuts. Like after the second day, he saw 2 accidents on the way to work on Friday because their lights weren't working. It was nutty.
So I was on Clark Street where all those lawn furniture, those lawn chairs were flying off the roof. I was there, and one of those chairs in a car, thank God. I pulled over because I'm like, oh my God, I've never felt in danger in the city of Chicago from a storm.
Was it like the movie Twister where the chairs were flying
by one of those? I got hit by one of those lawn chairs. And I'm like, something else could fall off the roof. So I drove into their garage. It is not a public garage, but bless them for letting me in. I was like, I could get killed. I couldn't drive home. I couldn't go. It was that windy, that dangerous. Anyway, you didn't tune in to listen to me concerned about that, but it was shocking. Shocking. Anyway, yeah. Let's talk about stats.
Chicago. But today's sunny. Life is good. Yeah, let me bring this up. Life is good. Okay. So, as people who watch regularly know, the first of the month, we always do the big statistics. This is what happened last month. This is where we are year to date. And then we get into these weird weeks like this one where we're stuck in the middle of the month. And it's like, I don't want to repeat the same thing. If you want to see what happened with stats in May, go back and watch a previous episode 2 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
We're not going to repeat ourselves. We've got too much good stuff to say.
Anyway,
so here's the deal. This is only Northside single family homes in our market area, which, we call it the lakefront communities, but it's actually those west as well. So this is what's happened since June 1st. And I have to pull this up because I can't even read it. So, all right. So in terms of sales price, 103% of median sales price, 7 days to sell, 72% sold over asking.
Oh my God.
3% were off the MLS.
Private network or sold before prints.
Yeah.
Got it.
So now here's the thing too. Under 2 million, it's a bidding war. Okay. Multiple offers, deadlines, half sell within a week. But then over 2.5 million buyers are getting their leverage. Not a surprise. The upper market, is
except I would say in homes in Lincoln Park necessarily.
Right.
Ugh. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So if they're priced right, they're gone in a week over list price, and the median sales price is just over asking at 1.72. Okay.
Wow.
So there was one on Hutchinson listed for $970 that sold for $1.2 million in 6 days. I know. So that's not even just Lincoln Park. Now, but see, here's the thing. It was priced under $1 million and people are like, single family, oh, I'll pay over $1 million, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. So the new inventory, this is the other thing that's interesting, is cheaper than what's been sitting on the market. So currently, if you look at the asking price of everything, it's 2.2, but the new listings since June 1 have a median sales price of 1.65.
Do you think that the more expensive properties have all been on the market already, and so they're sort of tapped? What do you think's causing that? Yeah,
I don't know.
interesting.
Yeah. So 25% of everything for sale right now has been sitting for 90 plus days. And it's mostly the high end. So it's, you know, it's a bifurcated market. If you're on point, you're in the strike zone, you fly. But if
it's also the number of buyers. The number of potential buyers is greater in the lower price point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So demand is steady. 161 are under contract right now. 84 went under contract just since June 1. And the median time to go under contract is 20 days. That's the median. So that includes those 7-dayers and so forth. And 23% of the actives, let's see, are not on Zillow or Redfin. They're privates. But look at this. And you've been saying this for a long time, Kyle, and this backs up this point. People are using private as a launching pad and testing a price. The 573 per square foot is on the private market, but when it hits the public, the price is 513. I think two things are happening.
That's the right way. I think that's the right way to use it. For people who are trying to, are being told, oh, no, this is great. You sell it off market, They're, where the price is right going into it, they're losing out because there's much less exposure.
Yeah. I
often find that those get sold to the listing agents buyers too. You will often find that it's, dual agency.
Right. The other thing too is there are some people, me included, who, given a set of circumstances, if they're pushing the limit on price, will put it private for a while to see. I'll show you the listing. It's the one I'm going to bring
I agree. No, that's the best way that is the best way to test a price. Yeah.
So this is kind of interesting too. Okay. Currently active, everything. That's just since June 1, but everything 160, median ask 2.2, on the market 54 days. Then if you go to just since June 1, it's 71 at 1.65, been on the market 21 days. Then under contract, 161.
Wow.
So, but look at the relationship, 160 currently active versus 161 under contract. Basically everything's selling. Median price is 1.53. Obviously, we're going out of Lincoln Park if we're at that number. We're headed up to Logan Square and some other places. Median market time, 33 days. Under contract since June 1, 84 at $1.4 million. But closed since June 1, $1.7 million.
Wow.
Interesting.
Very active market for limited inventory. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you sellers are pricing to today's market, not last year's. If you're in the sweet spot, multiple offers in a week, and price on hope, and you become a listing that sits, right?
I know.
So, I don't know that.
So the attitude that I push my sellers to think about is start when you're pricing, price for today, not where you think the market is going. Because the market will go, if you price it for today, the market in 10 days, you will meet it because you will have buyers. What a lot of people do is they see the end, they start with the end in mind, and then, but the market isn't there yet. And so they think you're off. So what you really need to do is take it one step at a time, approach it with what does the market today say, and maybe just a little under to to get tons of people who don't think they can stretch for this price, but want to. Get as many people as you want, and then the results come in. But a lot of people are like, well, I think I can get, and the answer is like, stop. Use data, price for today.
Right.
You will meet the market as the listing goes on.
Agree, yeah.
So the people who do price for where they think it's likely to sell, or where their friends tell them. I'm going to tell you this, people. If your friends say your house is worth at least X, they're trying to be nice to you. If we tell you your house is worth X, then yes, your house is probably worth X. But if your friends tell you that it's worth X plus 50 or X plus 200,000, they're being nice to you. Unless they're in the business. Okay, I've said my piece.
Thank you for sharing.
No,
I know.
You know. Anyway.
Okay, so you ready to move on? By the way, folks, we're about to move into the next topic, but I'm going to take a little break here to say now's the time. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to our channels on YouTube, our social media, and please comment if you like what we're saying and if you have something you'd like us to talk about, because we're going to jump into Pilsen because somebody requested it. So,
okay, here goes.
Uh-oh. Phone call. Nope, sorry, can't talk. Sorry, everybody. I typically put my phone on private. Let me just tell her. I'm on here. You should be watching.
So, what do you got to tell us about Pilsen?
Okay, let me bring up these slides. So,
okay. Yeah, scarce market.
Buyer's guide to a scarce market. Pilsen is not your typical market. Okay, here's the bottom line. Pilsen is bounded by Halstead, roughly, maybe one block to the east of that. And if you think about it, 16th on the north down to Cermak, okay, and then over to Western and up. So Irish and German settlers came in the 1840s, and then Czech immigrants rebuilt after the fire. And Talia Hall is, to me, like the standard for Pilsen. It's a fabulous place. By the 1960s, it became the heart of Mexican Chicago and is a fabulous, fabulous community. So it's served by the Pink Line. It's close to downtown. There are 11,500 people in Pilsen proper, but if you look at it, it's part of the Lower West Side. So yes. Part of Italy is also there in a couple other neighborhoods, but we're going to talk today just about Pilsen. By the way, I just have to say this. You talk about a blast from your past. I went to Pilsen before I knew it was Pilsen. There is, and in fact, everybody, if you're watching, let me know if it's still there. There's a fabric warehouse in Pilsen at basically 20th and 21st Street, like Damon and 21st Street South. You with me?
Oh, yeah.
This fabric warehouse takes up an entire city block.
Wow.
It's 3 loft buildings put together, and you can find any fabric, everything you want. So back in the day when I was like a new homeowner, I would go there and get my fabric and sew my own curtains. And when we were in the South Haven 4th of July parade in 1998, we got tons of pink fabric and made life-size flamingo costumes that the men wore. I have a picture of Tom wearing a flamingo costume, and all of our fabric. Oh, and we made sashes for the little girls that said Flamingo Princess. We had the time of our life. And that fabric warehouse in Pilsen was where it all began. So I have a special place in my heart.
Well, we have to Google fabric warehouse in Pilsen and see if it's still there.
No, I should have done that before. Yeah. So anyway, if you are a crafter, if you like fabric, that's the place to go. And literally you'll bring down the bolt and he'll say to you, I think that's $1.85 a yard or something. You may not even know the price till you get to the checkout line. It's hilarious. Okay. So now let's talk housing. That's what everybody came here to watch, right? Okay. Here's the deal. Pilsen is a 2-flat neighborhood. So when I first said, oh, what's going on? I typically do the, what's the single family home situation? What's the condo situation? And I was getting bupkis, right?
Nothing.
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 And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then it occurred to me, it's a 2-flat, 2, 3, and 4-flat, really. But yeah, nearly 9 in 10 buildings are multi-units there. Single families only comprise 8%, and condos are only 5%. 67% of the people in Pilsen are renters. Now, I've had clients come to me and say, oh, I want to buy a place in Pilsen. And at the time, I was ill-prepared and, under-taught about what Pilsen was. Having done the study, now I feel like I understand it more, but okay.
Yeah, unicorn.
So, one active listing right now, single family in Pilsen. And I've shown it actually.
Really?
Yes, I did. I did.
Wait, is that because when I looked, there was only one and it was on the private network. Is this the one?
I don't remember if it's private.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing. 8% of all stock, single family, and 473,000 is the typical price in 1,800 square feet. They're kind of like worker cottages if they're single family homes. 2 to 4 flats, again, 475 is a typical price. So if you break it down, if it's a 2 flat, you're looking at about 192 a unit. 3 flat, it would be 3 times 192, whatever. And the typical rent for a unit there is $1,250 a month. So, if you look at it, 434 is a typical price, 1,200 square feet. They're selling at 100% of list price and on their market 52 days. But here, I find this so fascinating. This was my favorite slide. That basically you're in the same price point, whether you're buying a condo, a single family, or a 2 to 4 flat.
I'll tell you why. You'll see this. You'll see this in my slides. The condos are generally new construction. Multi-units were torn down and rebuilt. So you're able to tear down if you rebuild as multi-unit. We're going to talk a little bit about the rules. Single family tend to be existing homes. Right. And the 2 and 4 flats, I've got some examples that are very expensive and some that need everything. So you're going to just get a real sense of the neighborhood.
Whether you like it or not, people are going over there because they see it as a bargain, right? Close to the city, great vibe. Yeah. And so if you're looking for something, that's going to appreciate, this could be your thing. But
oh, yes.
But there are caveats. Okay. Look at this decade of climbing prices, 70% in condos. And I think to your point, a condo that was selling 10 years ago is not the brand new rehab kind of thing that is higher priced today. But 2 flats.
I think there were very few. Yeah, I think there were very few of them. Yeah.
2 flats up 72% and detached up 108%. So this is a hot market. Hot. Okay. So condos, 2.2 months on the market, multi-units 2.9, and detached, not even a month of inventory. Very similar to the rest of the city. I think in many ways it's even, hotter here. And this is the one that slays me. 28% of the market is marketed privately. Like,
really? I do. Yeah.
Only 72% is on the public feed. So here's the thing. If you think, oh, sorry guys, I just realized that our names are there.
That's all.
Okay. So here's the thing. If you want to buy in Pilsen, you got to roll up your sleeves. You know what I mean? Like, talk to people. Are you willing to sell? Target the areas you're interested, because just to casually scroll on your phone, you're never going to find what you're looking for.
There's a very active investor market, and many of the comments say, have cash, you're going to need to show proof of funds before even showings, because because there are so many of these properties are tenant occupied that they don't want looky-loos, because it's hard to get the tenants to agree to a showing. You know, it's sort of work. You got to get all the tenants to say yes to this time and this everything. So they really want only the people who are ready to go.
Exactly. Well, you know what, though? Even like 20 years ago when I was showing multi-units, it was pretty typical on my listings that I would say, I can get you into one unit that is like representative of the floor plan and finishes. And if this is something you really want to see, then then I'll make appointments to show you the rest of the building, right? If the numbers work and everything. But that was in a steady market when we were trying to be good with the tenants. Today, when they're selling so fast, I totally get that. You don't even get in the door unless you're qualified and ready to write. So, okay. So, we've been talking about frenzy in the market, but Pilsen is I mean, for what goes on the market, it does sell quickly, but there's also such a scarcity. So we talked about this. You got to dig in.
Yes.
And find your happy place. All right.
Now let's jump into some properties because here we go. Will you pull up Pilsen, exclamation point?
Let me find Oh, there it is, exclamation point.
Here we go. So this is the map.
Doing the map. Good.
Look at me. I figured you had the map, and then I'm so delighted you didn't. Okay.
I'm delighted you didn't do your job, Ann.
No. So one of the reasons that Pilsen has so few single-family homes is the city and activists early on realized that what happened in Lincoln Park and the DePaul neighborhood and the Northside is they took multi-unit housing and turned them into single-family homes, displacing tons of people. So there's now this anti-deconversion rule in a number of neighborhoods, and certainly in Pilsen. So the rules are really tough. And I have over here, turning a 2-flat into a single family home is very difficult. So first of all, it is now banned as of right in certain zoning districts, multi-unit zoning districts. You can only do this without special zoning approval if the majority of the lots on your specific block are already single family homes or 2-flats. That's tough in Pilsen. Yeah. That's really tough. If your block is predominantly multifamily, you have to get a special zoning change and special permission from the city. So it's really tricky. That's one of the reasons why this neighborhood is staying very investor oriented and rental. There is also, interestingly, because we're about to see some properties, there's a demolition permit surcharge of $20,000 per residential unit or $60,000 per building, whichever is greater, Anne, whichever is greater. And that money will go to the Chicago Community Trust to build more accessible housing. So it is really tricky.
They're protecting it, though. I mean, how many people can you displace? Exactly. Affordable housing in Chicago is a huge problem.
Yes. So right now we have this 2-flat. I believe this is a 2-flat. I may not. Oh, here it is. It is a 2 to 4 units. It is at 1120 West 19th Street for $800,000. It's on the market. This is new, brand new. This is the floor plan. I'm sorry. This is an architectural floor plan. I'm sorry. It's not good enough for you guys to read it.
Yeah. Okay.
But these are the finishes.
Lovely.
These are the finishes. And so it's 2 flats. So there's, one is a 3-bedroom, one is a 4-bedroom, and the rents are pretty good. The 3-bedroom is, currently rented at $1,950. And the 4-bedroom is currently rented at $3,500. I mean, $3,050. but
Okay.
they've really so this is what investors are doing in Pilsen to get great rents. So, and nice finishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really nice. Yeah.
All right.
Very good
Next,
one.
sales of
Oh,
investment properties,
sorry.
but not everything is expensive. So I
I was
wanted
not
you to
well
see,
prepared. Hold on. Wait a minute. Well, I just did that one. I think this is next.
this
Is
is
that
it.
next? Okay.
Yes. So this one is, so these have sold. Wait, I think this sold for $180,000. It was on the market for like 250, and there are no pictures. One unit in this house is rented at $900 a month. The next owner is either going to have to tear it down and rebuild, or just totally rebuild from inside. 4 units. This one just sold, and it is property in the notes, property in need of major repair. It's at 22nd and just west of Damon.
Oh, that's going to be right by my fabric warehouse.
Right by your fabric warehouse. Yeah, this closed. It was on the market for $449. It closed for $270. It only took 2 months to sell. This one had pictures. None of the other two had pictures. So this gives you a sense of, this one was on the market for $369. It sold for $300. Give you a sense.
Okay.
Of the condition of the home.
Okay,
The next owner's
you
going to,
you can see what you can do before you get in there. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait,
So this has gone to an investor, and they'll do something and get rents. Neither one of those last 2 properties had any rentals in them, obviously. So this one I thought was kind of cool. This is a 4-flat at I think it's a 4-flat. It looks like it's a 4-flat. Anyway, there are 2 houses, so the front and the back.
Yeah.
But here you go. It's on the market for 1.2. It's been on the market for 105 days. But they're very nice finishes. They're not currently rented, but they are currently rented. Excuse me. One is rented at $37.50. The others, one is rented at $3,200, and then $2,250. And they are the smaller one that rents for $2,250 is a 1-bedroom. The others are 3 bedrooms. But just to give you look at the level of finishes.
Wow. Yeah, that's lovely.
That they have put in here. So that's the back one. Just to give you a sense.
No outdoor space.
No outdoor space and no parking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But really nice finishes. And there are a couple at this price. I just only gave you one. So now let's go look at cute condos. So there are condos, and you're going to see that they're mostly new. So this one at 1612 South Halstead, just at the eastern portion of Pilsen, for $335. It's still on the market. It's been on the market 90 days, but it's tenant occupied, and people often are like, yeah, I'll wait until they're out before I get serious about it. And the owner, the photographer, did sort of meh pictures. I mean, these aren't good pictures.
It doesn't even look like they cleaned their lens. They look foggy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just meh. But it's also tenant occupied, so it's not staged. Anne and I spent a lot of time last week showing you staged properties. So here's one of the features. It comes with one external spot, but it's a 2-bedroom, 1,240 square feet. So a nice, not terribly tiny. And it's got great light, very close to, it's 16th and Halstead. Great location.
Yeah.
So most of the condos have sold, people. There are 10 condos on the market right now. This one at 1429 West 16th Street, 3E, was listed at just under $400,000 and sold for $420 in 10 days.
Wow.
That gives you a sense. So it's a railroad track of an apartment, but it's
Oh,
really nice. So this one at Carpenter, 1610 South Carpenter, sold in 5 days. Thank you very much. Started at $750 and sold for $775. It has one garage spot. It is 3 bedrooms and 2,400 square feet. Look at how gorgeous. So look at how gorgeous this is.
Property would be $1.2 million in Lakeview or Lincoln Park. Oh, you know, a duplex
Absolutely.
down.
Look
Or
at
even
that.
more.
Look at the
Yeah.
stack.
So
Look at the stack
775.
porch.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah.
It is lovely. So, I mean, this
Oh my gosh.
is,
We have a fancy tub. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's what
Nice.
we have today.
Wow, this has
Cool
been a
property.
fun deep dive, right? I mean, everybody, we're learning all the time. This is not where we do most of our business. But it's interesting. And if we have investor clients, this is certainly a place that I would do.
Yeah,
Okay,
good luck.
I would
You
have to, okay. I'm going to share one thing with you because I know we're just about out of time,
Yeah,
but
quickly, because I've got to run for tennis.
okay.
Show me.
Hold on one second. Here it is. Okay. This is my new listing at 1580 Sherman in Evanston. And my clients bought this and now we're selling it. I gotta tell you, I love downtown Evanston for downsizers. Everything's right there. You're close to the lakefront. I've had a couple of friends, and this home is a block from the Purple Line to bring you down to the city. Isn't this lovely?
Can you send me a link to that listing? Because I've got somebody who may need to know about it.
Yeah. It's currently private because,
Okay,
and look at that. They did a lot of work on this. It's currently private because they're almost done with the lawsuit and it'll come out of unwarrantability. So we're just like waiting a month. But it's one of
text me
the
the address.
Oh gosh,
Text me a link to the pictures. Text me a link to the pictures.
Folks, do you get the sense she's got to run? Okay.
No.
Terrace. How about that?
I don't want
terrace?
to forget. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cute.
I won't let you forget. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is my last plug. Again, subscribe, send us your questions, and let us know what you want us to talk about. And we'll see you next time on Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank
Great
you.
stuff.
Bye.